Hello everyone, and welcome to historic Fenway Park. It's a beautiful afternoon for baseball between the Baltimore Orioles and the Boston Red Sox. We're ready to get things started here in the top of the first, and leading off for the Orioles is Taylor Ward. On the mound for the Red Sox, it's Jake Bennett. Underway at Fenway. Bennett gets ready. First pitch of the ball game, and he paints the outside corner with a fastball 92.6 miles per hour. Strike one. Ward looking on. So it's no balls and a strike to Taylor Ward, who started this game off as the leadoff man. Bennett looking sharp to begin with that fastball. Bennett comes right back with a changeup, and Ward swings over the top of it. He's down 0-2 now. Great rhythm from the lefty to open the game. Bennett tries to get Ward to chase down in the zone again with a changeup, but Ward holds back. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bennett goes to the changeup again, and Ward chasing, swing and a miss. He got him on 4 pitches. Great start for Jake Bennett and the Red Sox. That's 1 away. And that brings up Pete Alonso, the big power hitter for the Orioles. He's got 21 homers on the year. Bennett's starting off strong with that strikeout. Let's see how he attacks Alonso here. First pitch to Alonso, he fouls it off. That was a sinker at 92.9 miles per hour. Strikes to 4 batters in a row now for Bennett, going back to the last at bat. Bennett with the changeup on pitch number 2, and Alonso grounds it sharply to shortstop. Tsung-Che Chang is right there, scoops it up cleanly, and fires to Wilson Contreras at first for the out. Good play by the Red Sox infield, and that's 2 quick outs for Bennett. 2 up, 2 out for Jake Bennett so far in the first. Now he'll face Gunnar Henderson, looking to close out a perfect inning. Lefty versus lefty matchup here. Bennett starts Henderson with a sinker, caught the middle of the plate, 92.7 miles per hour, called strike one. Bennett is just pounding the zone to start this game. Henderson hits a soft grounder back to the pitcher. Bennett tries to field it, but he can't get Henderson at first. That's an infield single. First hit of the game for the Orioles, and that breaks up Bennett's perfect start. Pitch was a sinker at 93.3 miles per hour. Now coming up for the Orioles, Tyler O'Neill. He'll step in with runner on first and 2 outs. That infield single ruins Bennett's perfect start, but he can still close out the inning cleanly here. First pitch is a fastball called strike one, painted the corner at 92.7 miles per hour. O'Neill is behind in the count. Bennett seems focused on getting this out and ending the inning. And O'Neill lifts a fly ball to center field. Ceddanne Rafaela is gliding over and he makes the catch to end the inning. Orioles get a hit, but they leave one on base. No score here at Fenway as we go to the bottom of the first. Hello, baseball fans, and welcome back to historic Fenway Park. We're heading to the bottom of the first, scoreless so far. Dean Kramer is on the mound for the Baltimore Orioles, and he'll be facing Boston's designated hitter, Masataka Yoshida, to kick things off. Here we go. Kramer starts him off with a fastball at 93.4 miles per hour, right down Broadway for a called strike. No balls, 1 strike the count. And Yoshida gets the head of the bat on that one. A sharp line drive into center field, fielded by Taveras, but it's a single for Yoshida. Red Sox have an early base runner with 0 outs. So with Yoshida on first, up steps Ceddanne Rafaela. The Red Sox center fielder is hitting .281 on the season. Big chance here to put some pressure on Kramer early with nobody out in the inning. Kramer opens up Rafaela with a sinker and it buries in the dirt. Huff makes a nice block and the count is 1-0. Another sinker, this one at 91.8 miles per hour, and Rafaela fouls it back. Changes the count, we're even at 1-1. Still 1-1 to Rafaela, with Masataka Yoshida on first and nobody out. Kramer comes set. Let's see what they have in mind for this pitch. Rafaela handles that cutter, smacking a ground ball to second. Holiday keeps it in front but can't make the play in time. Right between the fielders. Single for Rafaela, and Yoshida moves up to second. Back-to-back knocks for Boston, and they've got runners on first and second with nobody out. Now the pressure is mounting on Kramer. The Sox have something brewing here in the first. Wilyer Abreu, the right fielder, comes up, hitting .267 on the year with 15 home runs, so he's got some pop. Pitcher's nightmare with runners in scoring position and no one out. Kramer paints the corner with a splitter at 83 and gets the call. That's strike one on Abreu. Count is 0-1. Kramer comes back with another splitter, but this one misses low. Ball one. The count evens now at 1-1 with those base paths occupied. Still 1-1 to Abreu. Red Sox threatening with runners on first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Kramer looking to bear down and escape this jam. Timeout called as Kramer steps off the rubber. Just trying to reset here with 2 on and nobody out. That's his first disengagement of the at-bat. Kramer breaks off a curveball, but it dives in the dirt. Good stop by Huff behind the plate to keep those runners stationary. That makes it 2-1 on Abreu. Oh, and big play defensively here. Abreu rips a line drive, but Alonso robs him at first. That's the first out, and the runners are forced to hold. A crucial snag for the Orioles. One down now after that dynamic catch by Alonso. Still 2 ducks on the pond for Boston, bringing up the first baseman, Wilson Contreras. Contreras carrying a lofty .289 average with 22 big flies on the year. Kramer trying to weave his way out of this first inning mess. Contreras jumps on the first pitch, line drive into left field, and that's going to be a single. Yoshida advances all the way to third, Rafaela to second, and the bases are now loaded for the Red Sox with only 1 out. Big trouble for Kramer. Folks, talk about pressure. Contreras just loaded the bases with a single to left. We have 1 out and the Sox are threatening to blow this open early. Up comes Caleb Durbin, hitting .236 on the year. Kramer desperately needs a ground ball here for a potential double play, while Durbin is looking to drive in some runs. Kramer pumps in a fastballer, actually a sinker there at 93.2 miles per hour, and Durbin fouls it off. No balls, 1 strike to count. Kramer showing he's not going to back down with the bases loaded. And Durbin delivers a line drive into center field. Yoshida scores from third. Rafaela right behind him comes across to score as well. It's a 2-run single for Caleb Durbin. And just like that, the Red Sox have grabbed a 2-0 lead here in the first. Runners on first and second, still with only one out. And we're going to see a mound visit here. The Orioles are going out to talk to Dean Kramer, hoping to settle him down after giving up 2 quick runs. They've still got runners on first and second with only one out, so this Boston rally is very much alive. Mound meeting over, and Kramer goes right to the cutter, 88 miles per hour. Romy Gonzalez with a big rip, but he can't connect. Swing and strike. Count is 0-1 with Contreras on second, Durbin on first, 1 away. Contreras is on second, Durbin on first. Kramer holds, looks in, and now delivers. Gonzalez trails by a strike. Another cutter from Kramer, but too far outside. Ball 1. Gonzalez evens the count at 1-1. Kramer's got to be careful with those runners on. Can't afford to fall behind here. There's a sinker at 93.1 miles per hour, and Gonzalez ties him up with a foul ball. Pitchers count now at 1-2. Kramer a strike away from potentially ending a big threat. Kramer looking for the punch-out. 1-2 pitch. Got him. Splitter at 83. Gonzalez swings through it. Another big out for Dean Kramer. 2 gone now, but runners remain at first and second for Jarren Duran. Two away now, but the Red Sox still have runners on first and second. Jarren Duran, the left fielder, comes up now. He's hitting just 191 on the season, but has shown some power with 13 home runs. Kramer trying to complete the escape from this rough first inning. Here's the pitch. All right, Kramer's ready for Duran. He fires a 93-mile-per-hour fastball, and it's called for a strike. Good start to this at-bat for the pitcher. The count is now 0-1 with Contreras on second and Durbin on first. Duran splits present, rips a line drive into right field, and it gets all the way past O'Neill. Contreras scores, Durbin flies home too, and Duran is steaming into third with a 2-run triple. It's 4-0 Boston as the Red Sox extend the lead in the first. This first inning just doesn't want to end for the Orioles. 4 runs on the board already, and with Duran on third and 2 outs, up steps Connor Wong. Kramer's had limited success stopping the bleeding, but he needs 1 more out to get out of this. Here we go. Duran's lingering at third with 2 outs. Kramer's first pitch to Connor Wong is a sinker, but it misses for ball 1. The pitch was clocked at 93 miles per hour. 1-0 the count. With the bases previously loaded, Duran's now on third following that big triple. Wong connects with a sinker on pitch 1, but it misses. 1-0's the count. Another sinker, and again it's too low. Wong now has a 2-0 count. Kramer looks frustrated out there, falling behind again with a runner on third. He needs to find the plate. Kramer rears back and fires a four-seam fastball, 92.9 on the gun, and Wong fouls it straight back. Kramer needed to get back in the count, and that helps. 2 balls and a strike now with Duran still perched on third base. Kramer reaches back with an 88.7-mile-per-hour cutter, and Wong swings and misses. Big swing and strike. Now it's Weaving at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kramer's got him in a 2-strike count. He's trying to put him away and escape any further damage. Timeout called as Connor Wong steps out of the box. He wants to break the rhythm of Kramer, who's currently battling to get out of this inning. Big moment here. 2 outs, 2-2 count, Duran on third, and the Red Sox are up 4-0. Misses with the splitter and the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Duran will be running on the pitch with 2 outs. Kramer absolutely has to throw a strike here, or another run will score on the walk. Full count pitch, and a foul tip held onto by the catcher. Kramer gets the strikeout to finally end the Red Sox rampage in the first. An explosive offensive display gives Boston a 4-0 lead, but the Orioles escape further damage. On to the second inning we go. Hello, baseball fans. We're live at Fenway Park, and it's looking like a great day for baseball. Partly cloudy and 82 degrees. The Boston Red Sox jumped out to an early 4-0 lead in the first inning against the Baltimore Orioles. As we start the top of the second, leading off for the Orioles will be the designated hitter, Coby Mayo. He's batting .196 on the season with 13 homers. On the mound for the Red Sox is left-hander Jake Bennett. The count is fresh at 0-0. Let's see how this at-bat unfolds. Mayo gets jammed on the first pitch, a high fastball at 91 miles per hour from Bennett. He pops it up high on the infield, and Romy Gonzalez at second base calls for it easily to record the first out of the inning. 1 down now for the Orioles. Center fielder Leody Taveras stepping in, looking to start something up here in the top of the second with the bases empty. Left-hander Jake Bennett still on the mound for the Red Sox. Bennett starts Taveras off with a fastball, catches the upper part of the zone for strike 1, 92 miles per hour on that one. Taveras connects well on the 0-1 pitch, a line drive to right field, but Willie Abreu is positioned perfectly to make the catch. That's 2 quick outs for Bennett in the top of the second. Two away now, and up next is Christian Encarnacion Strand. He'll try to extend the inning facing Jake Bennett. The Orioles are still looking for their first offense of the game. Bennett pumps in a sinker right down the middle, 92 miles per hour for a called strike 1. Encarnacion Strand taken all the way on that one. Bennett follows up with a changeup low and away, got him swinging for strike two. Great movement, creating some deception there. Bennett's ahead in the count now, 0-2. And it looks like Encarnacion Strand steps out and takes a timeout. Smart move, trying to regroup with the count quickly going 0-2. Bennett's been on a roll so far this inning. Back in the box, and Bennett brings another changeup at 83 miles per hour. Encarnacion Strand manages to get a piece of it, fouling it off, and he'll live to see another pitch. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Bennett brings in the fastball, high and outside for pitch 4, and Encarnacion Strand gets another foul ball to keep the at-bat going. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Etches him another changeup, this one at 84 miles per hour, and Encarnacion Strand fouls it off again. He's spoiling good pitches, keeping the at-bat alive. Still no balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Bennett tries to elevate with a fastball, but it's way high, 94 miles per hour. Encarnacion Strand lays off, and that's the first ball of the at-bat. Count now 1-2. Another changeup there, down and away, and Encarnacion Strand fouls it back again, battling hard with 2 strikes. We're still sitting at 1-2. The 9th pitch of the at-bat, and after fouling off several, Encarnacion Strand finally pounces on a fastball. He lines one sharply to center field, collecting a base hit. The battle paid off, and the Orioles have a runner on with 2 outs. Two outs now, and that line drive single keeps the inning alive for Jackson Holliday. He'll come up with a runner on first, trying to close the gap on this 4-run deficit. Bennett is still looking for that final out to get out of the inning. Bennett's first pitch to Holliday is a sinker down low, clocked at almost 92 miles per hour. 1-0 the count. The count is 1-0 to Holliday. Encarnacion Strand takes his lead off first. Bennett is set to deliver the next pitch. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Bennett, and Holliday drives it. A sharp line drive into left field, that's a base hit. Jaron Duran fields it cleanly, but Encarnacion Strand moves up to second, and Holliday is on with a single. Back-to-back 2-out singles for the Orioles. They've got a little something brewing here in the second. So now it's up to catcher Sam Huff to keep this 2-out rally moving. Runners on first and second with 2 outs, a chance to put some runs on the board and chip away at that 4-0 lead. Huff batting .138 so far this season. Sean Huff digging in. Pitcher Bennett starts him with an 81-mile-per-hour changeup, and Huff swings and misses for strike 1. Big swing but couldn't connect. 0-1 the count. Bennett goes back to the changeup, this one at 81.5 miles per hour, and Huff chases it again for a swinging strike. The count is quickly 0-2. Bennett just one strike away from getting out of this jam, and Huff is in a huge hole with two runners on. And Bennett goes back to the changeup for a third straight time, this one at 82.3 miles per hour, and Huff swings and misses. That's three straight swinging strikes, and Bennett gets out of the two-on jam. The Orioles strand a couple of runners and remain off the board. Mid-second now, score remains Red Sox 4, Orioles nothing. Hello, baseball fans. Welcome back to Fenway Park. I'm Aikawa, ready to bring you the play-by-play. We're moving into the bottom of the second, and the Red Sox hold a comfortable 4-0 lead over the Orioles. Up to bat now for Boston is Chung-Chae Chang, looking to get things going from the bottom of the order. Dean Kremer is on the mound for Baltimore. Let's see what happens. Kremer deals to start the at-bat, a big swinging strike on a curveball. Chang couldn't connect on that one at 75.4 miles per hour. The count is quickly 0-1. Kremer comes back with a fastball at nearly 93, and Chang fouls that one off. No balls, 2 strikes now. Kremer is ahead in the count, looking for a knockout pitch. Chang manages to stay alive, fouling off a curveball at 77 miles per hour. Still 0-2, really battling here. And that's the first out. Kremer gets Chang swinging on a splitter at 83 miles per hour. Down goes the bottom of the order for the first punch out of the inning. 1 out, nobody on. Back to the top of the order for Boston, Masataka Yoshida steps in. He singled earlier in the game. Dean Kremer looking to retire 2 straight after the strikeout. Kremer starts him off with a curve, but it's just outside. 1-0 count to Yoshida. Sox still leading 4-0. The count is 1-0 to Yoshida after a first pitch curveball missed low. Base runners empty with 1 out for Boston. Yoshida fouls off that second curveball, painting the upper part of the zone. That brings the count to even at 1-1. Ooh, a called strike on a splitter at 83. That catches the corner. Yoshida didn't like it, but the count is now 1-2. Kremer is 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Hold on! Masataka Yoshida is challenging that called strike, and the replay shows the splitter missed outside. The challenge is successful, so the call is overturned by the ABS. Now the count is 2-1. Kremer misses again with the splitter. Suddenly it's 3 balls and 1 strike to Yoshida. Batter's advantage here, especially after that good challenge. Kremer brings it with a 93-mile-per-hour fastball, and that's called a strike. The count is full now, 3-2. But hold on, looks like Boston is challenging the call again. The review is underway. The review is in, and the fastball call is upheld. The challenge fails, and it is indeed a full count. So Masataka Yoshida has used Boston's challenge. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here comes the payoff pitch. A brief pause here as Yoshida steps out and time is called. Everyone resets with the count full at 3-2. Kremer ready to deliver what could be the final pitch of this at-bat. Yoshida gets a piece of that fastball, fouling it straight back. Kremer pumped it in there at 93.6, but will do it again with the count full. This battle continues. Yoshida fouls off a splitter at 83.6 miles an hour. We're still full at 3-2. Both pitcher and batter really digging in. Another foul. Yoshida spoils a 93-mile-per-hour fastball. This is pitch number 9 of the at-bat coming up. Intense battle here. Red Sox are still up by 4, but this has turned into a real showdown between Kremer and Yoshida. After an overturned call, a successful challenge, and 3 straight foul balls, the count is full, 3-2. We're waiting on pitch number 9 to decide this epic battle. And the marathon at-bat ends in a walk. Kremer's curveball misses, and Yoshida wins that 9-pitch battle. Runner on first now with 1 out. One on with 1 out, and that brings up Ceddanne Rafaela, who also singled in his first appearance. Kremer needs to focus on getting this second out with Yoshida lurking on first. Kremer fires the first pitch. It's an 87-mile-per-hour cutter, and Rafaela swings right through it for strike 1. He's down 0-1, with Yoshida leading off first. Kremer throws a slider at 86.5 miles per hour, but it's just outside. Count now 1-1 to Rafaela. Yoshida's staying put on first with 1 out. No changes to the situation here at Fenway. The count remains 1-1 on Ceddanne Rafaela with Masataka Yoshida at first and 1 man out in the bottom of the second. Red Sox lead 4-0. Kremer paints the edge with a sinker, clocked at 92.5 miles per hour, and the umpire calls it a strike. The count goes to 1-2. Kremer's ahead now. Let's see if he goes for the strikeout with Yoshida on first. Rafaela flies this one deep into center field. Taveras tracking it, and he makes the catch for the second out. Yoshida holds up at first with 2 down now for Boston. Red Sox looking to add to their 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Now with 2 outs, Willie Abreu steps to the plate. Yoshida's still on first after that long walk. Pitcher Dean Kremer seems to be settling in this inning, trying to close it out. Let's see if Abreu can keep the inning alive for Boston. Fastball at 93 is popped up on the first pitch. Christian Encarnacion-Strand is heading over toward foul territory at third, and he puts it away for the third out. Inning over. Kremer strands the runner, and the Red Sox still lead 4-0 after 2. Abreu jumps on the first pitch, pops it up high on a fastball at 93, and Encarnacion-Strand locks in over in foul territory, makes the catch. That ends the inning. No runs crossed for the Red Sox. Score remains 4-0 in favor of Boston as we head to the top of the third. All right, top of the third here at Fenway Park. Red Sox holding on to that 4-0 lead. Leading things off for the Orioles will be the left fielder Taylor Ward. Ward struck out his first time around. Pitcher Jake Bennett is set up on the mound, ready to go. The count is empty, 0-0. Bennett starts Ward off with a 91.5-mile-per-hour fastball right over the plate for a called strike one. No balls and 1 strike the count. And Ward hits a line drive, but right at Willie Abreu in right field. Abreu makes the catch for the first out. 1 down in the third. Now stepping in for the Orioles, the first baseman, Pete Alonso, grounded out to short his first time up. 1 down, nobody on. Bennett deals from the stretch. And Bennett paints the zone with a changeup, 83.5 miles per hour. Strike 1 on Alonso. No balls, 1 strike. Alonso digging back in, 0-1 the count. Bennett looking sharp so far in this inning. 1 out. Bennett tries to blow a fastball by Alonso, but that one's way outside. Ball 1. The pitcher missing his mark there. So the count sits even at 1-1. Alonso rips this one, a line drive down the right field line, and it looks like it bounces over the wall. That's a ground rule double for Pete Alonso. The Orioles have a runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the third. Runner on second now with one out, and here comes the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. He had a single back in the first. Bennett sets on the rubber, looking to get Henderson out. Count is empty for this lefty-lefty matchup. Bennett kicks and deals the first pitch to Henderson. That's a sinker low for ball one. 92 miles per hour on that pitch. Henderson with a good eye there. Count moves to 1-0 with Alonso lurking on second. Bennett drops in a sweeper at 79 miles per hour, and Henderson swings through it for strike one. That brings the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Alonso leads off second with 1 out. Gunnar Henderson calls time here. He wants to reset before the next pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike on the count. Alonso's out there on second, and there's 1 out. Bennett brings it again, this time with a 92-mile-per-hour sinker, and Henderson is late on it for a swinging strike. Bennett is ahead in the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes, as he tries to strand that runner on second. Bennett tries to get him to chase again with the sweeper, but that one's away, ball 2. Good take by Henderson, so the count moves to 2-2. Henderson stays alive, fouling off an 82.5-mile-per-hour changeup. He's battling up there. Count holds at 2-2, with Big Pete Alonso dancing off second with 1 out. Bennett fires that fastball at 92 miles per hour, and Henderson swings and tips it right into the glove of catcher Connor Wong. That's a strikeout and the big one for Bennett. 2 away now, and Alonso still leads off second. Now with 2 down, up comes Tyler O'Neill. He flew out to left in his first at-bat. Orioles are down 4 and are looking for a key hit to bring Alonso home. Bennett has been strong in this inning so far, ready to start the at-bat with an empty count. Bennett starts O'Neill off with a heater, 93 miles per hour, and O'Neill swings and fouls it back. That's strike 1. So 2 away, runner at second, and the count is 0-1. Bennett follows up with a 91-mile-per-hour fastball, and O'Neill fouls it off again. Another strike, and now Bennett is firmly in control with an 0-2 count. The Red Sox pitcher is looking to finish off the inning right here, with 2 outs and Alonso stuck on second. Bennett tries to get him to chase a changeup out of the zone, but O'Neill holds back. Ball 1. Speed was 83.5 miles per hour. Count now at 1-2. Bennett's still looking for that 3rd strike to end the inning. O'Neill crushes one, a high fly ball deep to center field, and that's going to be over the head of Ceddanne Rafaela. Alonso scores from second, and O'Neill cruises into second base with an 8 RBI double. The Orioles have cut the lead, now trailing 4-1 here in the 3rd. 2 outs remain. All right, with 2 down now and a runner on second, the Orioles look to add more. Here comes Coby Mayo, the designated hitter. O'Neill's double got Baltimore on the board, and now Mayo has a chance to drive him in too. Bennett needs 1 more out to limit the damage in the 3rd. Bennett tries to catch Mayo chasing a changeup down and away, but it's just too low. Ball 1. So count starts 1-0, and Bennett will reset to try and end this frame. This time, Mayo chases the changeup, swinging right through it. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mayo with 2 outs. O'Neill leads off at second. Time is called here as Kobe Mayo steps out of the box, just resetting himself before the next pitch. Count even at 1-1 with runners on and 2 outs in the top of the third. Mayo fouls off that 92.5-mile-per-hour fastball. That brings the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner at second for the Orioles, and Bennett looking to close out the inning. Bennett misses way outside with that changeup. Ball 2. O'Neill is still commanding second base with 2 outs. Now the count draws even at 2-2. A big pitch coming up here from Bennett. So here we go. Tension levels rising on that bench. 2-2 count, runner on second, 2 outs. Bennett looking to punch his ticket to get out of this inning, while Mayo tries to keep the rally alive and make this a more manageable deficit. Mayo hits a sharp fly ball to center, but Rafaela makes the catch at Fenway. That ends the inning. The Orioles get on the board with a 1, but they strand that runner on second. We head to the bottom of the third. Score is Boston Red Sox 4, Baltimore Orioles 1. Bottom of the third now at Fenway Park, and the Red Sox are holding a 4-1 lead over the Orioles. Leading off for Boston is Wilson Contreras, who singled earlier. Dean Kremer's on the mound for Baltimore, looking for a clean inning here with nobody on and nobody out. Kremer starts him off with a breaking ball, and Contreras swings right through it for strike 1. Mid-70s on that curve. The count is still 0-1 after that swinging strike on the first pitch. Kremer doubles up on the curveball a little faster this time, and Contreras fouls it back. Quickly, Kremer's ahead 0-2. Contreras steps out and calls time, probably trying to disrupt Kremer's rhythm and regroup himself down 0-2. Action paused here for a moment. And Kremer puts him away. After falling behind 0-2 on 2 straight curveballs, Contreras took time. Kremer comes back with a splitter at 83 and gets the swing and miss. A 3-pitch strikeout to start the bottom of the third. 1 down. That brings up Caleb Durbin, who singled in his first at-bat. One out, nobody on for the Red Sox third baseman. Kremer looking to keep things rolling after that dominant strikeout. Kremer fires a sinker in there at 92 miles an hour. Durbin fouls it off. No balls and a strike is the count. Just the one strike to Durbin so far. One out, nobody on as the Red Sox try to build on this lead. Kremer comes back with another sinker, but this one misses high, leveling the count to 1-1. Kremer pulls the string on a curveball at 77, and Durbin just manages to stick the bat out and foul it off. That brings the count to 1-2. Kremer tries to get Durbin to chase a splitter low, but it's called a ball. That evens the count at 2-2 on the fourth pitch of the at-bat. Durbin gets an infield single. He hits a chopper right at the third baseman, Encarnacion Strand, but Durbin's flying on the line and he beats the throw. Red Sox have a runner on with one out. Next up is Romy Gonzalez, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat. One out and a runner on first for Boston. Kremer starts the at-bat with a 92-mile-an-hour sinker, painted on the corner for a called strike one. Durbin leads off first base with one away. Kremer fires over to first base, but Durbin dives back safely, trying to keep the speedster in check over there. Count stays at 0-1 on Gonzalez. Back at first, Durbin dives back again on the pickoff attempt. Kremer then rears back and pumps another sinker in there, called strike two, faster than the previous one at 93.5. Gonzalez is in a quick hole, 0-2. No margin for error here for Gonzalez, down 0-2 in the count. Kremer has looked sharp, throwing hard sinkers for strikes. He'll be looking to finish him off now. Meanwhile, Durbin on first has speed, so keep an eye on him if Kremer goes to a slower breaking ball. Gonzalez stays alive, fouling off an 87-mile-an-hour cutter. Count remains 0-2, still one out with Durbin on first. Romy Gonzalez crushes that one. A sharp line drive to left. Taylor Ward can't get to it, and that's a double for Gonzalez. Caleb Durbin flies around first and second, and he'll hold up at third. Red Sox threaten again with runners on second and third, one out. And we're going to have a mound visit now from the Orioles, trying to settle Dean Kremer down after back-to-back hits have put runners on second and third. Big moment in this game with Jarren Duran, who tripled earlier, coming up to hit. Duran lifts a fastball to center field. Taveras puts it away, and Caleb Durbin tags up and scores easily from third. That's a sacrifice fly for Duran, making the score 5-1 in favor of the Red Sox. Gonzalez holds at second. 2 down now. Two outs now, and Connor Wong steps in. He was a strikeout victim in his first at-bat. He'll be looking to drive in Gonzalez, who's sitting on second base. Red Sox up by 4. First pitch to Wong, and he comes up empty on an 87-mile-an-hour cutter. Strike 1. Romy Gonzalez out there at second. Red Sox looking for more with 2 away. Kremer comes back with another cutter, this one at 87.8 miles an hour, and Wong swings and misses again. Quickly, the count is 0-2, and Kremer is 1 strike away from ending the inning. Wong calls time, trying to catch his breath before Kremer delivers his 0-2 pitch. He's buried deep in the count, so he's going to need a big swing here to keep the inning alive. And that'll do it for the inning. Kremer gets Wong swinging for the 3rd strike. A quick 3-pitch strikeout to escape further trouble. The Red Sox had another run in the inning and now lead 5-1 as we head to the 4th. All right, we're moving into the top of the 4th here at Fenway. Red Sox holding a 5-1 lead. Leody Taveras steps into the box for Baltimore, looking for his first hit of the day. Jake Bennett gets the sign, ready to start the inning. Taveras takes the first pitch and drops down a bunt. It's a soft roller right to the catcher, Connor Wong, who springs on it quickly, fires to Contreras at first for the easy 1-3 putout. 1 away. That brings up Christian Encarnacion Strand. He had a single his last time up. Base is empty with 1 out now in the top of the 4th. Bennett looking to keep this quiet frame going. And Encarnacion Strand crushes one. High carry to deep center field, way out of here. A solo bomb on the first pitch he sees. Cuts the lead. It's now 5-2. What a shot. Well, that certainly changes the mood on the mound there. Baltimore strikes back to get within 3. Now up is Jackson Holliday, who singled in his first appearance. Still 1 out with no one on. Bennett gets the sign ready to face Holliday. Lefty versus lefty here. After that big hit, Bennett needs to refocus and get this second out of the inning. Holliday could be dangerous, too. Bennett starts Holliday with a breaking ball, but it doesn't miss the zone. That's ball 1, low. Count moves to 1-0. Holliday hits a sharp grounder to first. Contreras scoops it up, takes it to the bag himself for the out. That's 2 down. So after that big blast, Bennett settles back in and gets 2 quick outs. With 2 outs and the bases empty, Sam Huff will try to keep things alive. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Bennett is just 1 out away from escaping the inning, though Encarnacion Strand's homer did damage. Bennett opens up on Huff with a fastball, but it misses high and outside. That's ball 1 to start the at-bat. 1-0 count. Bennett drops in a beautiful changeup on the inner half, and Huff just watches it go by for a called strike, even at 1-1. Ground ball to third. Caleb Durbin comes up with it, fires across the diamond to Contreras, and that'll end the inning. But the Orioles do scratch one across on the home run. Heading to the bottom of the 4th, Red Sox still on top, 5-2. Welcome back to Fenway Park, folks. We're moving to the bottom of the 4th, and the Red Sox are holding on to a 5-2 lead. Right at the top of the order again, and up is Chong-Che Cheng, who struck out in his first trip. Dean Kramer is back on the mound to start this frame. First pitch coming right up. Kramer kicks and fires, and it's a 4-seamer right in there at 93.4 miles per hour, called strike 1 on Cheng. And Kramer comes back with a curveball. Cheng hangs on and fouls it off. Quick jump to an 0-2 count on the shortstop. Kramer wastes a fastball, trying to get Cheng to chase up high, but that's ball 1. Pitch number 3 is called ball 1, so the count moves to 1-2. Cheng stays alive, fouling off another fastball, this one clocked at nearly 95 miles per hour. We'll reset with the count still at 1-2. Kramer tries to get Chang to bite on a splitter low and away, but it's taken for a ball. Count evens up at 2-2. Chang lays off another splitter down, and the count has gone full. Great battle here from Chang, working it back from 0-2. Payoff pitch coming up. The payoff pitch, Chang grounds it sharply to Jackson Holliday at second. Holliday fields it cleanly, throws to Alonso at first, and that's the first out of the inning. Good battle by Chang, but Kramer gets him. Score stays 5-2, Boston. Now batting for the Red Sox, the designated hitter Masataka Yoshida. He's reached both times today with a single and a walk. One out and bases empty for him as Kramer gets set. Yoshida aggressive on the first pitch. He drives a curveball deep to left, but Taylor Ward is right there to make the catch. 2 quick outs for Kramer in the fourth. Two away now, and that brings up Ceddanne Rafaela. He's singled and flown out so far. Kramer trying to retire the side in order here in the fourth. Kramer starts Rafaela with a curveball, but it misses low and away at 78 miles per hour. That's ball one. Kramer delivers the 1-0 pitch. Rafaela connects. A high fly ball deep to left center field. Ward going back, looking up, and that ball is gone. A solo shot for Ceddanne Rafaela, his 9th home run of the season, and the Red Sox push their lead to 6-2. Rafaela provides some 2-out excitement. Now stepping in is Wilyer Abreu, looking for his first hit of the ballgame. There are 2 outs, bases empty after the long ball. Kramer ready to work again. Kramer trying to regroup after the home run. He'll face Wilyer Abreu, who is 0 for 2 so far with a line out and a pop out. 2 outs, nobody on. Let's see what Kramer has for Abreu. Kramer starts Abreu with a heater, clocked at 93.6 miles per hour, but it's too far outside. Ball one to start the at-bat. 2 outs in this half inning, but the Red Sox have opened up a 4-run lead. Kramer drops in a beautiful curveball there at 75.7 miles per hour. Abreu frozen, and it's called strike one. Count moves to 1-1 with 2 outs. Abreu hits a soft one right back to Kramer. He scoops it up casually and tosses to Alonso at first to finish the inning. The Red Sox tack on another run on Ceddanne Rafaela's solo shot, and after 4 completed Fenway, it's the Red Sox 6, the Orioles 2. Top of the fifth, the Orioles trailing 6-2 here at Fenway. Taylor Ward leads things off, looking to get something going against Jake Bennett. The count starts at 0-0. Bennett missing low with that curveball, 1-0. Started high but just dove below the zone. Pace is on that one at 76 miles per hour. Pitcher falling behind early in the count. And he comes right back with a sinker, pain in the corner for a strike. 90.9 miles per hour on that one, even in the count at 1-1. He hits a rocket right back to the mound. Bennett grabs it and fires to first to retire Ward. A sharp line drive, but it's out number one. One out now for the Orioles, and that brings up Pete Alonso. Alonso, 1 for 2 with a double today, would love to start a 2-out rally here. Sox leading 6-2. Hold on a moment, looks like we have a delay here. The trainer's coming out to talk to the pitcher, Jake Bennett. That comebacker from Ward was hit really hard. Maybe he took one off the hand or glove. We'll have to see what happens next. Bennett's stand on the mound. Good to see he's all right. First pitch to Alonso catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. 82-mile-per-hour changeup, and the count is 0-1. Another changeup from Bennett, but that one stays away. Count even at 1-1. Alonso connects. A sharp line drive laced into right center field. Rafaela fields it on a hop. It's an absolute rocket off the bat of Alonso, and that's a one-out single. Orioles have a runner on first. So with one out and a runner on, here comes Gunnar Henderson. He's 1 for 2 with a single today. Bennett trying to work around this potential jam. Count starts late at 0-0. Left on left here. Henderson versus Bennett. Alonso on first with one out. Top of the fifth. Bennett opens with a changeup and Henderson fouls it off. 83 miles per hour on that one, so Bennett gets ahead 0-1. Bennett hits the zone again, this time with a 92-mile-per-hour sinker. Henderson didn't seem to like it, but it's a called strike too. He's down in the count now, 0-2. Bennett tries to get him to chase there down in the dirt with the sweeper. Henderson lays off and the count goes to 1-2. Another foul ball, this time off a sweeper. Henderson's staying alive here. Count still 1-2. Henderson's battling, fights off another sinker, keeps the count right at 1-2. And he lifts a fly ball out to right. Abreu is underneath it and makes the catch for the second out. Alonso stays on first. Two down now, Alonso still on first. That brings up Tyler O'Neill, who doubled earlier in the game. Bennett trying to preserve this lead and get out of the inning. First pitch on the way. Bennett starts O'Neill with a fastball, catches the high part of the zone for a strike, 92.3 miles per hour. Count is 0-1. With two outs, Alonso will be running hard on any hit. Bennett with a cutter, and O'Neill swings and misses. Quickly down 0-2. Bennett's just one strike away from ending this inning. Got him swinging. Bennett finishes him off with a sweeper, and that's three outs. Orioles get a runner on but leave him stranded. Mid-fifth, Red Sox still leads 6-2. Welcome back to Fenway Park, folks. We're starting the bottom of the fifth inning, and it's Red Sox 6, Orioles 2. Dean Kramer on the mound for Baltimore, and he'll be facing Wilson Contreras. Contreras singled in a strikeout so far today. Let's see what happens here with no outs. Kramer starts Contreras off with a cutter, but it misses for ball one. 1-0 count. Kramer throws another cutter, that one a little slower at 87.2, but it's also called ball two. Contreras is ahead in the count, 2-0. Kramer delivers a sinker, and Contreras lifts it high to center field. Leody Taveras is ranging back, and he makes the catch for the first out. One away now, and that brings up Caleb Durbin. He's been hot today, perfect 2 for 2 with two singles. Kramer looking for a quick out here with the bases empty and the Sox leading 6-2 in the bottom of the fifth. Durbin digs in, Kramer comes set. First pitch is a sinker in on the hands at 92, and Durbin fouls it away. No balls, one strike. Kramer looking to get ahead in the count here. Durbin fouls off that first pitch. It's 0-1 with one out. Durbin grounds this one sharply to second. Jackson Holliday scoops it up, fires to Alonso at first, and that's the second out of the inning. Two quick outs for Kramer. Now batting for the Red Sox, Romy Gonzalez. He's 1 for 2 today with a double and a strikeout. Kramer has retired the first two hitters of the inning quickly. Empty bases, 2 away, with Boston leading 6-2. Gonzalez swings at the first pitch and hits a fly ball to right field. Tyler O'Neill drifts under it and makes the catch for the third out. A quick 3-up, 3-down inning for Kramer and the Orioles. We head to the top of the 6th, Red Sox 6, Orioles 2. Welcome back to Fenway Park. We're moving into the top of the 6th. The visiting Orioles are down 6-2 against the Red Sox. Lefty Jake Bennett is on the mound, and he will face Kobe Mayo to lead things off. Mayo is 0 for 2 today. No outs, no one on. Bennett starts Mayo off with a cutter, 85.6 miles per hour, and Mayo swings right through it for strike one. Mayo holds up his hand, calling for time, just a stepping out for a moment for the batter. Count stays at 0-1. Bennett comes back with a changeup, 82.8 miles per hour, but it misses low. Count is even, 1-1. Bennett throws a cutter, 85.2 miles per hour, and that misses outside. The count is now 2-1. With the count at 2-1, Bennett delivers a 92.5 mile per hour fastball, and Mayo rips a hard ground ball into left field. Jarren Duran gets to it, but Mayo is into second with a stand-up double. That's his 10th on the season. So, Orioles have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Red Sox lead 6-2. Runner on second, nobody out, and that brings up Leody Taveras. He's 0 for 2 today with a line out and a bunt ground out. Orioles are trying to chip away at this Red Sox lead, down 6-2. Bennett starts Taveras off with a 92-mile-per-hour fastball, and that's fouled back. The count is quickly 0-1 with that runner at second base, Coby Mayo. Bennett tries to get him to chase with a changeup, but it was outside. Count now even 1-1. O's looking to build this rally with that runner on second. So we're paused here at a 1-1 count on Taveras. He's trying to find a way to get that runner home from second, Coby Mayo, as the O's try to mount a rally here in the sixth. Red Sox still hold a comfortable lead, 6-2. Bennett throws an 83-mile-per-hour changeup, and Taveras gets enough piece of it to foul it back. That shifts the count in Bennett's favor, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mayo is still representing a run at second, and there are still no outs here in the top of the sixth. Taveras hangs tough, fouling off a 78.1-mile-per-hour sweeper from Bennett. The count remains holding steady at 1-2, with Mayo still itching to score from second base. Bennett with the 1-2 pitch. It's an 81.7-mile-per-hour changeup, and Taveras taps it softly towards first. Wilson Contreras fields it cleanly and takes it to the bag himself for the first out. A productive out, though, as Coby Mayo moves up to third base. So 1 away, and the Orioles have a runner 90 feet from scoring. Top of the sixth, 1 out. Coby Mayo standing at third after the advance. Here comes Christian Encarnacion Strand to the plate. He is absolutely locked in today, already with a single and a big home run. Big opportunity for the O's to get another run back. A base hit or even a deep fly ball could get Mayo home. Bennett, the lefty, facing the right-handed Encarnacion Strand. Bennett looking to buckle down and strand that runner, preserving this 6-2 Red Sox lead. The infield is playing straight up with 1 out. Here's the windup and the first pitch coming to Encarnacion Strand. Hold on just a moment. Looks like the Red Sox infield is heading to the mound. Just a quick conference here with Bennett to talk strategy against Christian Encarnacion Strand, who's been blistering the baseball today. Just trying to make sure they're on the same page about how to handle this situation with a runner at third. Post-mound visit, here comes the first pitch of the at-bat to Encarnacion Strand. Bennett starts him with a changeup, 82.7 miles per hour, and he fouls it off. Count is now 0-1, with that runner at third, Mayo, looking to cut the lead to 3 runs. With the count at 0-1, Bennett throws a sweeper, 78.2 miles per hour, and Encarnacion Strand belts it. That's a fly ball heading on out to left field. Jarren Duran tracking it, but it's going to fall short and drop in for a single. Coby Mayo comes across to score, and Encarnacion Strand is on first with an RBI single. The Orioles trim the deficit, 6-3. He's having a day. One out, Encarnacion Strand on first for Baltimore. That brings up Jackson Holliday. He's 1 for 2 today with a single earlier. The O's trying to keep this rally going, now trailing 6-3. Bennett's still on the mound for the Red Sox. Bennett starts Holliday with a sinker, 91.5 miles per hour, and that catches the middle of the plate for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Encarnacion Strand leads off first after his RBI single brought the O's a little closer. One out here, and Encarnacion Strand now standing on second. Bennett delivers, and Holliday watches that sweeper miss outside for a ball. That evens the count at 1-1 on the young lefty. Orioles trying to chip away further at this 3-run Red Sox lead. One out, and look at this. Bennett loses control of that sweeper. It's a wild pitch. Catcher can't handle it, and that allows Encarnacion Strand to freely advance up to second. So now the Orioles have another runner in scoring position with Jackson Holliday up at the plate. The count is at 1-1. Bennett tries the sweeper again. That's 79 miles per hour, but it misses. Count goes to 2-1 on Holliday. Encarnacion Strand leads off second after advancing on the wild pitch. One out, count 2-1 on Holliday. Encarnacion Strand moved up to second on that wild pitch. The O's trying to get another run back here in the sixth, trailing 6-3. Holliday lifts one into left field. Jarren Duran is gliding over, and he makes the catch for the second out. So, 2 down in the inning, and Encarnacion Strand stays on at second base. Score remains Red Sox 6, Orioles 3. We have a substitution here in the top of the sixth. With 2 outs and that runner on second, the Orioles are calling for a pinch hitter. Jonathan Rodriguez will step in for Sam Huff, trying to keep this inning alive with Baltimore trailing 6-3. Time is called briefly. Catcher Connor Wong heading out to the mound to chat with Bennett. They want to talk over how to handle this pinch hitter, Jonathan Rodriguez, with a runner in scoring position. 2 outs now in the sixth. Orioles trying to keep chipping away, trailing by 3. And that's going to do it for Bennett today. Boston is going to the bullpen, bringing in the right-hander Justin Slayton. He's inherited 2 outs and a runner on second here in the sixth, as the Orioles have gotten within 3 on that RBI single. Slayton will face Jonathan Rodriguez, the pinch hitter, hoping to preserve the 6-3 lead with 1 more out. So manager Torey Lovullo makes the call. Jake Bennett departs, and in rushes Justin Slayton to try and close out this inning. He's got 2 outs and Encarnacion Strand's lurking at second. His job, get the pinch hitter Jonathan Rodriguez and keep the score locked in at 6-3 Red Sox. And wait a second, more chess moves being played here at Fenway. With the right-hander Slayton coming in, the Orioles are countering with another pinch hitter, pulling back Rodriguez before he even gets in the box, and in comes Dylan Beavers, a left-handed hitter. Strategy meets strategy, so Beavers will jump in there with 2 outs and Encarnacion Strand still on second. Orioles trying to chip away, down 6-3. Strategy meets counter-strategy here at Fenway. Orioles managers plan the matchups, pulling the right-handed Rodriguez for the left-handed hitting Dylan Beavers after Slayton entered. So it'll be Beavers with a chance to extend this Orioles rally, representing the tying run at the plate with Encarnacion Strand on second and 2 outs. All the strategy talk is done. Let's see what happens. Slayton starts Beavers off with heat, a 94.6-mile-per-hour cutter that's fouled back. Count is 0-1, with Encarnacion Strand still waiting at second for a 2-out base hit. Slayton pumps in a blazing fastball at 96.1 miles per hour, but it's up high for ball 1. Count even at 1-1 on Beavers. Encarnacion Strand still at second, 2 away. Slayton with the 1-1 pitch, a 95.6-mile-per-hour fastball, and Beavers pops in up high on the infield. Caleb Durbin, the third baseman, calls for it and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So the O's get one back, but they leave a runner on second. Heading to the bottom of the 6th, Red Sox still lead 6-3. We're in the bottom of the 6th, Red Sox leading 6-3, change-up behind the plate for the Orioles. Chadwick Tromp is now catching, replacing Dylan Beavers. Jaron Duran digs in, and Dean Kramer starts him off with a fastball at 93 miles per hour right down Main Street for a called strike. Counts 0-1. Here's the next pitch from Kramer. Fastball, this one 94 miles per hour, and Duran fouls it back. Quickly, Duran is down 0-2 in the count. Kramer goes to the splitter, down and away, and Duran chases, hitting a grounder softly to first. Pete Alonso fields it, takes it to the bag himself. Nope, he flips to Kramer on the run for the easy out. That's one down in the bottom of the 6th. Next up is the catcher, Connor Wong. He's had a tough day so far, striking out in both of his plate appearances. Kramer deals with 1 out and the base is empty. Red Sox up 6-3. Wong steps in, and Kramer starts him off with a cutter, but it's too low. Ball 1. That was 88 miles per hour. Count starts 1-0. Wong goes after the cutter here, but he bounces one to the right side. Jackson Holliday scoops it up and throws to Alonso at first, and that'll take care of Wong. 2 up, 2 down for Kramer in the bottom half. Two quick outs now for Dean Kramer, and up to the plate it's Sung-Chae Cheng. He's 0-2 on the day with a strikeout and a ground out. Kramer trying to retire the side in order here and keep this a 6-3 Sox lead. Kramer starts Cheng with some high heat, 94 miles per hour on the fastball, and Cheng swings by it. No balls, 1 strike. Kramer ahead. Kramer's ahead with that strike. Cheng swings right through it. The count is now no balls and 1 strike as Kramer looks to finish off this inning. Kramer tries to drop in a curveball after the fastball, but it doesn't quite find the zone, missing low. That brings the count to 1-1. Kramer goes back to the fastball, but he misses high again, repeating the pitch from the first pitch of the at-bat. That's now 2-1 on Chang. And Kramer delivers the 2-1 pitch. Another fastball at 94, and it misses high again. That's 3 straight balls now for Kramer. He started Chang off with a strike, but has lost the zone, and the count is now 3-1. Kramer with the 3-1 offering, fastball down Broadway, and Chang rips it. A blazing line drive out to right field, 100 miles per hour off the bat, but Tyler O'Neill is positioned perfectly. He tracks it down and squeezes it for the third out. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Kramer and the Orioles defense. After 6 complete at Fenway Park, it's the Red Sox 6, the Orioles 3. That line out shuts down the side in the bottom of the 6th. No runs, no hits, and no errors for Boston. We're heading to the top of the 7th, and the Orioles will have their work cut out for them, trailing 6-3. Welcome back, everyone, to Fenway Park, where the Red Sox hold a 6-3 lead over the Orioles as we start the top of the 7th. Leading off for Baltimore is Taylor Ward, who's 0 for 3 on the day. On the mound for Boston is Justin Slayton, ready for the first pitch. Hello, baseball fans, and welcome back to historic Fenway Park. Aikawa here, ready to bring you the action. We're moving into the top of the 7th, and the score is Baltimore 3, Boston 6. Leading off for the Orioles is Taylor Ward, looking to get something going against Justin Slayton. Nobody on, nobody out. Here we go. Here comes the first pitch to Ward, and it's a cutter, misses outside for ball 1. Nice speed at 93, but just a bit off. The count is 1-0 to start the inning. Slayton comes back with another cutter, this one painting the inside corner for a called strike. That's 94 miles per hour. Even the count now at 1-1. Slayton fires a sinker, but it misses outside for ball 2. Great velocity at 96 miles per hour, but the count is now 2-1. A sharp line drive to left field. Jarren Duran gets to it, but Ward is on first with a single. That was a hard-hit ball, 103 miles per hour off the bat. So the Baltimore Orioles have a runner on first to start the inning. That brings up Pete Alonso, who's already had a good day at the plate with a double and a single. With Ward on first and nobody out, the Orioles are looking for more runs here in the seventh. Slayton starts Alonso with a sinker, and it's called a strike. Blazing 96 miles per hour on that one, right down the middle. The count is 0-1, and Ward stays put on first. Alonso fouls off a fast cutter at 95 miles per hour. He's down 0-2 quickly in this at-bat. Ward's still on first. Drives a fastball hard right to center field, but Ceddanne Rafaela makes a good catch to track it down. Another hard-hit ball by Alonso, but this time he's retired for the first out. Ward remains on first. One away now for Gunnar Henderson. Henderson already has a single earlier in the game. Can he move Ward over and keep this inning going for the O's? Still trailing by 3. Henderson steps in, left-handed batter facing the right-hander Slayton. Slayton's been throwing hard today, hitting 96, but Ward is a threat on the bases. Let's see what Slayton comes up with to start this at-bat. Slayton starts Henderson with a cutter, and that's a called strike. Clocked at 93.5 miles per hour. Perfect placement. So the Orioles are behind in the count, 0-1, with one out in the inning. Slayton pumps in a fastball, and Henderson fouls it off. That brings the count to 0-2. High heat at 96 on that one. Slayton in complete command now, looking for the strikeout with one out, and Ward still hanging tough on first. Slayton brings the heat again, 97 miles per hour, but Henderson manages to foul it off. Good battle going on here. The count stays at 0-2. Slayton tries to get him to chase with a cutter outside, but it's ball 1. Good discipline there from Henderson. Count moves to 1-2, one out, one on. All right, we're locked in here in the top of the 7th. Slayton on the mound holding that 6-3 lead for the Red Sox. Ward is leading off first following his single, and one man is out. Henderson is down 1-2 in the count, and he's been fouling him off, making Slayton work. Tension mountain here. What does Slayton go to now? Slayton throws another cutter, and Henderson launches it into right field, but it's routine for Willie Abreu, who puts it away for the second out. Ward stays on first, and the Orioles are down to their last chance in the inning. With 2 outs now, Tyler O'Neill comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a double today. Ward's still lingering on first, and Slayton is looking to finish out this inning. Red Sox leading by 3. First pitch to O'Neill is a cutter. Misses off the plate for ball 1. Nice velocity at 93.5, but the count is now 1-0 with 2 outs. Slayton pulls out the sweeper at 85.6 and O'Neill swings and misses. Fooled him on that one. That evens the count at 1-1, with 2 outs and Ward still on first for the Orioles. Slayton went back to the sweeper, this one a little slower at 84.6, and O'Neill chases again. Back-to-back swinging strikes on the sweeper, and now Slayton has the count exactly where he wants it at 1-2. One more strike and the Red Sox escape the inning with the lead intact. Fastball at 95 right in the zone. Called strike 3. Tyler O'Neill freezes, and Slayton strikes out the side. The Orioles leave a runner on first. No runs, 1 hit. We're heading to the bottom of the 7th. Score Boston 6, Baltimore 3. Bottom of the 7th inning, and we have a pitching change for the Orioles. Anthony Nunez replaces Dean Kremer. The Sox hold a 6-3 lead, and Nunez will face Masataka Yoshida with nobody on and nobody out. First pitch to Yoshida is a fastball, high at 95.9 miles an hour. Ball 1. The count is now 1-0. So the count stays 1-0 on Yoshida after that fastball up high. Nunez trying to get settled in here to start the inning. Fastball from Nunez, and that one's too low, clocked at 96.6 miles an hour, called a ball, so the count moves to 2-0 on Yoshida. Nunez misses again with the fastball, that's inside at 96, and now the count is 3-0. Nunez having trouble throwing strikes right out of the gate. There's a fastball down the middle, called a strike at 97.1 miles an hour. Yoshida takes it, so the count is now 3-1. On a 3-1 count, Nunez hums in a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and Yoshida grounds it hard down the line to third. Encarnacion Strand fields it cleanly, throws over to Alonso, and that's the first out of the inning. One down, and that'll bring up Ceddanne Rafaela. He's 2 for 3 with a homer tonight. Base is empty, 1 out, Nunez is ready. Nunez starts Rafaela with an 85.7-mile-per-hour sweeper, and he pulls it foul. That makes the count 0-1. Nunez throws a 95.9-mile-per-hour fastball, and Rafaela swings right through it. Now 0-2, the pitcher has him on the defensive. Nunez fires another high fastball at 96.1 miles per hour, and Rafaela gets just enough of it to foul it back. Overcoming an 0-2 deficit, he battles to stay alive. Count holds at 0-2. Here comes pitch number 4, an 86.8-mile sweeper, and Rafaela fouls it off again. He's putting up a heck of a fight here, staying alive. Count still locked in at 0-2. Nunez finally gets Rafaela to end that long battle, getting him to pop up an 86.6-mile-per-hour sweeper to first base. Alonso calls it and makes the catch. That's 2 down in the inning. So, Nunez retires 2 in a row after the walk to begin the inning. 2 down, nobody on for Boston, and Wilyer Abreu is coming to the plate. Wilyer Abreu comes up 0 for 3 on the night. Nunez is looking to set them down quickly here in the 7th. Now ready with the first pitch. Sox leading 6-3 as we move through the bottom of the 7th. 2 down, empty bases for Wilyer Abreu. He's hitless in 3 trips up tonight, and he's facing Nunez, who's found his rhythm now. Nunez looking for a quick 1-2-3 to end it. Fastball from Nunez at 97.3 miles an hour, but it's high, called a ball, and that makes the count 1-0 on Abreu. Nunez pulls the string with an 88.5-mile-per-hour changeup, and Abreu is way out in front, swinging right through. That evens the count at 1-1. Fastball on the corner, called a strike at 95.6. Nunez now has Abreu in a 1-2 hole. Hold on, Abreu holds things up, calling for time. He's trying to regroup here with 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Nunez tries the changeup again, but low and away this time. Good take by Abreu, and the count evens up at 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Nunez has fought back to even the count at 2-2, but Abreu is seeing the ball well in this at-bat. 2 outs, bases empty. Big pitch coming up. Nunez delivers the 2-2 pitch. It's a changeup. Abreu hits it hard, but on the ground to the right side. Jackson Holliday moves to his left, scoops it up, throws across to Pete Alonso, and that retires the side in order. Nice job by Nunez coming in out of the bullpen. Bottom of the 7th complete. We head to the 8th with the Red Sox leading 6-3. Welcome back. We're in the top of the eighth here at Fenway. The Red Sox holding on to a 6-3 lead, and there's action in the Boston bullpen. Garrett Whitlock is coming in to replace Justin Slayton. He'll be facing Kobe Mayo to start things off in the inning. Empty bases, nobody out. Top of the eighth inning here at Fenway Park, and we have a call to the bullpen. The Boston Red Sox are leading 6-3, and Garrett Whitlock is coming on to pitch, replacing Justin Slayton. He'll be starting this inning by facing Kobe Mayo, with nobody out and nobody on. And now, a counter move from the Orioles bench. Colton Cowser is going to pinch hit for Kobe Mayo, so it'll be the lefty Cowser against the righty Whitlock with nobody on. Orioles trying to mount a comeback here in the eighth. And Whitlock begins with a sinker, missing low and away at 95 miles per hour. Ball one. Whitlock misses again with that sinker, this one high and inside, 94.4 miles per hour. Cowser is ahead 2-0 now. It's a hitter's count now for Cowser, 2-0. Whitlock really needs to regain control of the strike zone here. Let's see what he comes back with. Whitlock gets one back in the zone, a sinker at 93.4 miles per hour, and Cowser fouls it off. The count now 2-1. And there's a called strike, too. Whitlock paints the corner with a 95.4 mile per hour sinker, and now he's even this count at 2-2. Hold on, we've got a challenge. The batter, Colton Cowser, is asking for a look at that last pitch from Whitlock. He thinks it was outside. Let's see what the replay shows. And it's upheld. The call on the field stands, so it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now with no outs. Good pitch by Whitlock. Lifts one high in the air to right. Wilyer Abreu's drifting under it, and he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Whitlock gets the pinch hitter. So with one out in the top of the eighth, in steps Leody Taveras. He'll be looking to get something going for the O's. Bases empty, right-hander Whitlock on the mound. Whitlock starting Taveras off with that sinker, right in there for a called strike at 95 miles per hour. No balls, 1 strike. Tavares falling behind here 0-1. Whitlock dialed in that sinker. Next pitch coming up. Whitlock pulls the string with a changeup at 82.2 miles per hour, and Tavares fouls it off. He's down 2 for 2 now. Whitlock is looking sharp, consistently getting ahead. Whitlock goes back to the changeup, and Tavares can only get a piece of it, fouling it off. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Whitlock is really keeping Tavares off balance, throwing that breaking ball on an 0-2 count. Tavares is battling, but Garrett is in control. Tavares grounds one hard to second, right at Romy Gonzalez. He feeds to Contreras for the easy out. 2 down now in the top of the 8th. Two away now on the top of the 8th, and that brings up Christian Encarnacion Strand. He's had a great game so far, 3 for 3 with a homer. Baltimore looking for 2-out magic. Top of the 8th, 2 outs, score still 6-3 Red Sox. Now batting for the Orioles, Christian Encarnacion Strand. And folks, this guy has been on fire. 3 for 3 tonight with a home run and 2 singles. He's facing Garrett Whitlock with nobody on, hoping to keep this inning going. Whitlock pumps in a first-pitch sinker for a called strike. That's 96 miles per hour on the radar gun. Encarnacion Strand taken all the way, and the count is 0-1. Whitlock comes right back with a slider, and Encarnacion Strand fouls it away. That's the second pitch of the at-bat, and just like that, the count is quickly 0-2. Whitlock is just 1 pitch away from working a clean 8th inning. Encarnacion Strand steps out of the box, calling for time, trying to break Whitlock's rhythm here, down 0-2 with 2 outs. Garrett's been on fire, and Christian needs to reset. Ground ball to second. Gonzalez fields it cleanly and throws to Contreras at first to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for Whitlock in the 8th. We head to the bottom of the frame. Red Sox are leading 6-3. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Fenway. Red Sox leading 6-3. Leading things off for Boston is Wilson Contreras. Anthony Nunez starts him out with an 85-mile-per-hour sweeper for a called strike. No balls, 1 strike. Contreras rips a sharp grounder to right. That's a leadoff single, hit really well. He took that sinker pitch into the outfield. Up next is Caleb Durbin, who's 2 for 3 tonight with a pair of singles. Red Sox have a leadoff runner on, no one out, looking to add to this lead in the bottom of the 8th. Anthony Nunez on the mound for Baltimore. Nunez delivers the first pitch, and Durbin tries to lay down a bunt, but it goes foul. Strikes 1. Here's the next pitch from Nunez, and it's a nasty sweeper at 84 miles per hour. Durbin fouls it tip right into the glove. No balls and 2 strikes now as Nunez has gotten ahead quickly. Durbin grounds it to third. Encarnacion Strand picks it up, throws to Holiday at second for the force out. That's 1. The return throw to first is not in time. Durbin reaches on the fielder's choice. 1 down, runner on first. One out now, and that will bring up Romy Gonzalez. He's 1 for 3 tonight with a double. Caleb Durbin over at first, representing the first run of the inning. Nunez peering in for his sign. Nunez steps off and fires over to first, checking on Durbin, but he dives back in safely. That's the first disengagement of this plate appearance. With Durbin still at first, here's the pitch from Nunez. High pop-up right side. Pete Alonso drifts over from first base and calls for it, making the catch. Nunez gets Gonzalez on the cutter. That's 2 down in the inning. Two outs now in the bottom of the 8th. Caleb Durbin over at first. Here comes Jarren Duran. He tripled earlier in the game. Anthony Nunez trying to escape any further damage here. Red Sox looking for some insurance before the 9th. Fastball misses high. 1 ball and no strikes. Nunez missing up with that 94-mile-per-hour heater to start Duran. Nunez fire over to first, checking on Durbin. He's back in safely. The count to Duran stays at 1-0. Nunez brings the fastball again, but it misses outside. That's now 2 balls and no strikes to Jarren Duran. Nunez struggling to find the zone to start this at-bat. Nunez challenges Duran with a fastball, and Duran fouls it away. That makes it 2-1. Nunez trying to climb back into this count. Another fastball right down the middle, and Duran fouls it off again. That brings the count to 2-2. Durbin remains on first with 2 outs. Nunez tries to get Duran to chase with a sinker in the dirt, but he holds off. That runs the count full, 3-2. Now with 2 outs, Caleb Durbin should be running on the pitch. Big moment here in the inning. And Nunez steps off. Tense moment here, trying to disrupt Duran's rhythm or maybe just check on Durbin at first base. Full count, 2 outs. Tensions are high here at Fenway. Full count, 2 outs, runner on first. Everyone in the ballpark expecting Durbin to be moving on the pitch. Nunez steps off. Let's see if he can regroup and make a quality pitch here. Durbin was off with the pitch. Nunez delivers the 3-2 cutter, and Duran swings and misses. Strike 3. Nunez gets the strikeout to end the inning. Red Sox strand a runner, but they're moving into the ninth with a 6-3 lead. All right, we're in the top of the ninth down here at Fenway. The Red Sox hold a 6-3 lead, and we have a pitching change to tell you about. Garrett Whitlock is out, and the powerful Aroldis Chapman is taken over on the mound. The first batter he'll face is Jackson Holliday. Heater from Chapman, painting the edge for a called strike. 96 miles per hour on that fastball, and the count goes to 0-1 to Holliday. Chapman tries to get Holliday to chase the slider outside, but it misses just low. That levels the count at 1-1. Chapman fires another fastball, this one high at 97, and the count is now 2-1 to Holliday. Line drive, and that's into center field for a base hit. Rafaela plays it on the hop, and Jackson Holliday is aboard with a single to start the inning. Orioles trying to put something together here in the ninth. So, with a runner aboard and nobody out, Chadwick Tromp steps in as the potential tying run comes to the plate. Tromp, the catcher, will be looking to keep this rally moving against the flame-throwing lefty Chapman. Bottom of the ninth here at Fenway, Red Sox leading 6-3, and things are getting interesting. Jackson Holliday represents the start of a potential comeback after his single to center. Now the catcher Chadwick Tromp digs in, trying to deliver under pressure against Chapman in that blazing fastball. Headers on the way, and Tromp hits a sharp grounder to short. Chang flips to Gonzalez at second for one, over to Contreras at first, and it's a twin killing. Double play, erasing Holliday and getting Tromp. And just like that, there are 2 gone in the ninth. And that leaves it up to Taylor Ward now to extend the game for the O's. 2 outs, nobody on, and Chapman firing that nasty stuff. Orioles down to their last strike. Chapman reaches back and brings the heat. 99 miles per hour on the fastball for a called strike over the heart of the plate. The count is 0-1 and the Orioles are down to their last strike. A blazing fastball from Chapman that the home plate umpire calls a strike, but Taylor Ward immediately wants it reviewed. And after a quick check, the call is overturned. That pitch was just high, so it's ball 1 to Ward instead of strike 2. The count is now 1-0. Following that reversed call, Chapman misses again with the fastball. Over 99 miles per hour on that one, but it's outside. Ward gets ahead in the count now, 2 balls and no strikes. So, 2 balls and no strikes now, and Chapman has found himself in a hitter's count here with 2 outs. He'll be looking to pour one in for a strike, but Taylor Ward can be selective and look for his pitch. Ball 3. That fastball misses again, high and away, and now the count is 3-0 on Taylor Ward. Chapman is just 1 pitch away from walking the batter and bringing up the potential tying run. Chapman pumps in a strike with a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. Ward was taken all the way, and that brings the count back to 3-1. Ball 4. Chapman sails another fastball, and Taylor Ward draws a 2-out walk. That brings up Pete Alonso with a runner on first, and Alonso's the potential tying run at the plate for the Orioles. Wait, hold on. Those Boston Red Sox are challenging the call. They believe that last pitch was a strike, so they're asking the officials to take another look. The review is underway. If it stands, Ward will be on first. The call is confirmed. That was ball 4. So Taylor Ward walks and the challenge fails for Boston. That puts runners on first, 2 away, and here comes Pete Alonso now, representing the tying run. Chapman versus Alonso, with the game on the line in the 9th. Two-out runner on first, and the big bat of Pete Alonso comes to the plate. He representing the tying run with the game on the line. Chapman against Alonso, power against power at Fenway. Top of the 9th, 2 away, and the big polar bear Alonso at the plate. Chapman unleashes a 97-mile-per-hour sinker, but it's outside for a ball, and Ward was off at the pitch. He swipes second easily. Now the Red Sox lead are just 3 runs with a runner in scoring position for Baltimore's power threat. No throw from Wong behind the plate. Defensive indifference, they're calling it. So Ward moves up to second. Now there's a runner in scoring position. But with 2 outs, it's all eyes on the slugger Alonso here. A base hit cuts the lead to 2. Top of the 9th, 2 away, and the big polar bear Alonso at the plate. Chapman drops in a slider for a called strike. 88 miles per hour on that breaking ball, and that brings the count to 1-1. Hard ground ball to shortstop. Chang makes the play, fires to Contreras at first, and that's the ball game. Aroldis Chapman shuts the door, and the Red Sox hold on to win 6-3 over Baltimore. It was an electrifying night at Fenway Park. The Red Sox stormed out of the gate with a 4-run first, capped by Jarren Duran's monster triple, and they never looked back. Baltimore tried fighting back, getting a long ball from Encarnacion Strand, but Ceddanne Rafaela answered right back with a solo shot of his own. In the final frame, Aroldis Chapman unleashed the firepower to secure the 6-3 victory. Red Sox fans, you love to see it. Also a great showing from Japan's Masataka Yoshida, going 1 for 3 and scoring a run in that big first inning.